Leopard cat. The leopard cat, Prionailurus bengalensis, is a small wild cat native to continental South, Southeast, and East Asia. Since 2002 it has been listed as least concern on the IUCN Red List as it is widely distributed although threatened by habitat loss and hunting in parts of its range. Historically, the leopard cat of continental Asia was considered the same species as the Sunda leopard cat. As of 2017, the latter is recognized as a distinct species, with the taxonomic name Prionailurus javanensis. Leopard cat subspecies differ widely in fur color, tail length, skull shape and size of carnassials. Archaeological evidence indicates that the leopard cat was the first cat species domesticated in Neolithic China about 5,000 years ago in Shanxi and Henan provinces. Characteristics: a leopard cat is about the size of a domestic cat, but more slender, with longer legs and well-defined webs between its toes. Its small head is marked with two prominent dark stripes and a short and narrow white muzzle. There are two dark stripes running from the eyes to the ears and smaller white streaks running from the eyes to the nose. The backs of its moderately long and rounded ears are black with central white spots. Body and limbs are marked with black spots of varying size and color, and along its back are 2 to 4 rows of elongated spots. The tail is about half the size of its head body length and is spotted with a few indistinct rings near the black tip. The background color of the spotted fur is tawny, with a white chest and belly. However, in their huge range, they vary so much in coloration and size of spots as well as in body size and weight that initially they were thought to be several different species. The fur color is yellowish-brown in the southern populations, but pale silver-gray in the northern ones. The black markings may be spotted, rosetted, or may even form dotted streaks, depending on subspecies. In the tropics, leopard cats weigh 0.55 to 3.8 kilograms, 1.2 to 8.4 pounds, have head body lengths of 38.8 to 66 centimeters, 15.3 to 26.0 in, with long 17.2 to 31 centimeters, 6.8 to 12.2 in, tails. In northern China and Siberia, they weigh up to 7.1 kilograms, 16 pounds, and have head body lengths of up to 75 centimeters, 30 in. Generally, they put on weight before winter and become thinner until spring. Shoulder height is about 41 centimeters, 16 in. Taxonomy: Felis bengalensis was the scientific name proposed by Robert Kerr in 1792 for a leopard cat from Bengal. In the subsequent decades, 20 more leopard cats were described and named, including: in 1939, Reginald Innes Pocock subordinated them to the genus Prionailurus. The collection of the Natural History Museum, London comprised several skulls and large amounts of skins of leopard cats from various regions. Based on this broad variety of skins, he proposed to differentiate between a southern subspecies P. bengalensis from warmer latitudes to the west and east of the Bay of Bengal, and a northern P. bengalensis horsefieldi from the Himalayas, having a fuller winter coat than the southern. His description of leopard cats from the areas of Gilgit and Karachi under the trinomen Prionailurus bengalensis trevelyanni is based on 7 skins that had longer, paler and more grayish fur than those from the Himalayas. He assumed that trevelyanni inhabits more rocky, less forested habitats than bengalensis and horsefieldi. 2 more subspecies were proposed and described. In the 1970s and 1980s, the Russian zoologists Jepner, Gromov and Baranova disagreed with this classification. They emphasized the differences of skins and skulls at their disposal and the ones originating in Southeast Asia, and coined the term Amur forest cat, which they regarded as a distinct species. In 1987, Chinese zoologists pointed out the affinity of leopard cats from northern China, Amur cats and leopard cats from southern latitudes. In view of the morphological similarities, they did not support classifying the Amur cat as a species. Molecular analysis of 39 leopard cat tissue samples clearly showed 3 clades, a northern lineage and southern lineages 1 and 2. The northern lineage comprises leopard cats from Tsushima Islands, the Korean Peninsula, the continental Far East, Taiwan, and Iriomote Island. Southern lineage 1, comprising Southeast Asian populations, showed higher genetic diversity. Southern lineage 2 is genetically distant from the other lineages. Following a revision of Felidae taxonomy in 2017, 2 leopard cat species are now recognized, based on molecular analysis, morphological differences, and biogeographic separation. 2 mainland leopard cat subspecies are currently recognized. Distribution and habitat. The leopard cat is the most widely distributed Asian small wild cat. Its range extends from the Amur region in the Russian Far East over the Korean Peninsula, China, Indochina, the Indian subcontinent to northern Pakistan. It lives in tropical evergreen rainforests and plantations at sea level, in subtropical deciduous and coniferous forests in the foothills of the Himalayas at altitudes above 1,000 meters, 3,300 feet. It is able to tolerate human-modified landscapes with vegetation cover to some degree, and inhabits agriculturally used areas such as oil palm and sugarcane plantations. In 2009, a leopard cat was camera-trapped in Nepal's Mukalu-Barun National Park at an altitude of 3,254 meters, 10,676 feet. At least 6 individuals inhabit the survey area, which is dominated by associations of rhododendron, oak and maple. The highest altitudinal record was obtained in September 2012 at 4,474 meters, 14,678 feet, in the Kanchenjunga Conservation Area. In the northeast of its range it lives close to rivers, valleys and in ravine forests, but avoids areas with more than 10 centimeters, 3.9 in, of snowfall. It is rare in Pakistan's arid treeless areas. In Afghanistan, it was reported in the 1970s from Jakhat and Norgal in the Kunar Valley, and the Waghal forest of Derpek. In Thailand's Phu Quay Wildlife Reserve 20 leopard cats were radio-collared between 1999 and 2003. Home ranges of males ranged from 2.2 square kilometers, 0.85 square miles, to 28.9 square kilometers, 11.2 square miles, and of the 6 females from 4.4 square kilometers, 1.7 square miles, to 37.1 square kilometers, 14.3 square miles. In China, it was recorded in the Changqing National Nature Reserve in the Qiling Mountains, in the Tangjian National Nature Reserve in the Min Mountains, in Wulong Nature Reserve and other protected areas in the Qianglai Mountains and Daoyang Mountains between 2002 and 2008. In the Japanese archipelago, the leopard cat is currently restricted to the islands of Iriomote and Tsushima. Fossils excavated dating to the Pleistocene period suggest a broader distribution in the past. Ecology and behavior. Leopard cats are solitary, except during breeding season. Some are active during the day, but most hunt at night, preferring to stalk murids, tree shrews and hares. They are agile climbers and quite arboreal in their habits. They rest in trees, but also hide in dense thorny undergrowth on the ground. There, leopard cats feed on a large proportion of rats compared to forested areas. Leopard cats can swim, but seldom do so. They produce a similar range of vocalizations to the domestic cat. Both sexes scent mark their territory by spraying urine, leaving feces in exposed locations, head rubbing, and scratching. Diet. Leopard cats are carnivorous, feeding on a variety of small prey including mammals, lizards, amphibians, birds and insects. In most parts of their range, small rodents such as rats and mice form the major part of their diet, which is often supplemented with grass, eggs, poultry, and aquatic prey. They are active hunters, dispatching their prey with a rapid pounce and bite. Unlike many other small cats, they do not play with their food, maintaining a tight grip with their claws until the animal is dead. This may be related to the relatively high proportion of birds in their diet, which are more likely to escape when released than are rodents. Reproduction and development. The breeding season of leopard cats varies depending on climate. In tropical habitats, kittens are born throughout the year. In colder habitats farther north, females give birth in spring. Their gestation period lasts 60 to 70 days. Litter size varies between 2 and 3 kittens. Captive-born kittens weighed 75 to 130 grams, 2.6 to 4.6 ounces, at birth and opened their eyes by latest 15 days of age. Within 2 weeks, they doubled their weight and were 4 times their birth weight at the age of 5 weeks. At the age of 4 weeks, their permanent canines break through, and they begin to eat meat. Captive females reach sexual maturity earliest at the age of 1 year and have their first litter at the age of 13 to 14 months. Captive leopard cats have lived for up to 13 years. The estrus period lasts 5 to 9 days. Threats. In China, leopard cats are hunted mainly for their fur. Between 1984 and 1989, about 200,000 skins were exported yearly. A survey carried out in 1989 among major fur traders revealed more than 800,000 skins on stock. Since the European Union imposed an import ban in 1988, Japan has become the main importing country, and received 50,000 skins in 1989. Although commercial trade is much reduced, the leopard cat continues to be hunted throughout most of its range for fur, food, and for sale as a pet. It is widely viewed as a poultry thief and killed in retribution. In Myanmar, 483 body parts of at least 443 individuals were observed in 4 markets surveyed between 1991 and 2006. Numbers were significantly larger than non-threatened species. 3 of the surveyed markets are situated on international borders with China and Thailand, and cater to international buyers, although the leopard cat is completely protected under Myanmar's national legislation. Implementation and enforcement of sites is considered inadequate. Conservation. Prionailurus bengalensis is listed in CITES Appendix 2. In Hong Kong, the species is protected under the Wild Animals Protection Ordinance Cap 170. The population is well over 50,000 individuals and, although declining, the cat is not endangered. The Tsushima leopard cat is listed as critically endangered on the Japanese Red List of endangered species, and has been the focus of a conservation program funded by the Japanese government since 1995. In the United States, P. bengalensis is listed as endangered under the Endangered Species Act since 1976. Except under permit, it is prohibited to import, export, sell, purchase and transport leopard cats in interstate commerce. A permit is required for the import or exportation of the Asian leopard cat. Those who import/export without a CITES permit face large fines. Leopard cats and hybrids as pets. Fossil remains of leopard cats were excavated at Neolithic villages in central China in 2001. Radiometric dating of these bones showed that they are at least 5,000 years old. These findings indicate that the leopard cat was a human commensal or domesticated in Neolithic China. They were later replaced with domestic cats that originated in the Middle East. The Bengal cat is a crossbreed between the leopard cat and the domestic cat, which was introduced to cat shows in the 1970s. The 5th generation is marked like a leopard cat. This hybrid is usually permitted to be kept as a pet without a license. The founding parents from the F1-F3 generations of breeding are usually reserved for breeding stock purposes or the specialty pet home environment.